Good morning. It's Friday, going to work. So much to talk about. I got banned, temporarily banned from YouTube for telling the truth, and that's fine. That's worth it. They want to cut down my YouTube channel. I'll just do what a lot of people do. I'll just make the same channel with the number 2 at the end of it. When I get kicked off of that, I'll make another channel with the number 3 after another taxpayer, and I'll just keep doing it that way until I get tired of getting banned. But you know, we'll talk about that in the next minute or two. Again, good morning. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and click that like button and all that other buttons, and you know how it is. Anyway, thank you for being patient. So much to talk about. I've been watching all the hearings, all the Twitter file hearings, congressional hearings and whatnot. The January 6th hearing. So much news has come out about that. And if I speak what I saw on television, I can get banned again. So we're not even allowed to. It's so funny. And what has happened to Twitter, I hope happens to freaking YouTube. I hope the worst happens to YouTube, frankly, and not to be spiteful. So democracy, the freedom of speech can prevail. It's these channels, the channels, yes, that I use, that are being used by our government to take away our rights. They're not allowed to do it, so they subcontract it out. Let's just call it what it is. The government's not allowed to do it, so they subcontract it out. And these subcontractors, like YouTube, are only so happy to do it. Who knows how much money they're making on the side for it. But I digress. So some of these hearings are very telling. The videos that have come out, that have come out on pertaining to January 6th, are very telling. That the narrative that we have been hearing over and over and over again might not be the truth. Let's just put it that way. The Twitter, I'll call it the Inquisitions. Very telling as well. I'm trying to navigate traffic here. So he moves in front of me. What a dipshit. The Democrats, they're not, when you have a hearing, it's, I swear to God, 99.9999999% of the time, it's to find out information, an investigation, a hearing. When the Republicans question, they're actually looking for answers. When the Democrats question, they'll ask a question, then cut them off and just go into their own narrative speech, just to cut them off, shut them down. So it's like the Democrats are not looking for answers because they know the answers, and they don't want the public to hear the answers. So to play the play, to play the opera, they'll ask a question, and 3 words into the answer that the defendant, I'll call him the defendant, 3 words after he or she spiels, talks, gives an answer, 3 words into the answer, they're cut off, and they go into, well, weren't you part of the right wing, and they're trying to, like, almost like a prosecution lawyer. They don't even want to hear the answer if it doesn't pertain to what they've already told the public. I don't know how else to say it. So they cut them off and go into this long speech about how they're guilty. Hearing is supposed to be looking for answers. That means you ask a question, you shut your mouth and listen to the answer. You might learn something. But on television, these hearings are televised. They don't want the people viewing their television to hear the right answer, to hear the truth. So they ask the question and cut them off. Pretty amazing stuff. So yeah, the arm, I'm getting a lot of emails about my arm. I'm completely out of the sling. I got about, I would say 60% mobility. The shoulder, which picks up the arm, it's gaining some strength back. This is about as high as I can lift it up. As high as I'm strong, my shoulder's strong enough to pick it up. So I got lateral movement now about 60%. I can lift it up about 60%. I can now reach over to my other arm and wash myself. It's like a pain in the ass to take a shower because you can't. All right, I'll just say it. You couldn't reach over and wash your own armpit because your arm would only go this far right after surgery or for a month or two. So I start my physical therapy March 17th. Hopefully I'll regain the remaining 40% flexibility back. I've been hearing about this peptide that I'm trying to buy. It's a peptide that, believe it or not, you inject it into your muscles. It's not a steroid, it's a peptide. BPC-157. If you guys have injuries, and I'm not talking paper cuts, stupid shit like that, but if you guys have gone through surgery and whatnot, if you can get your doctor to write you a prescription for BPC-157 peptide injectable, do it, get it. What it does is it speeds up recovery times significantly. So they say for a rotator cuff, just to give you an example, rotator cuff, a full year before you're fully operational again, back to where you were before you got injured, lifting the heavy weights and everything, a full year. They say with this BPC-175, you turn it into like 8 months. It really works good with cartilage and ligaments and adhering them back to the muscle and the bone. Obviously cartilage going to the bone, ligament going both to muscle and bone and whatnot. Yeah, so peptides is the way to go for healing. So I haven't made a video because I'll just say it. I was telling the truth. I was actually pretty much reciting what I've been hearing in the news. So I wasn't just going off of my own common sense, because it's been right almost 100% of the time. If you go back to some of my older videos, that plague that went around, can't say it, I'm trying to be careful now. It was, you know, it might have been, I have to say might, I can't say it was, can't use that word was. It might have been manufactured in order to beat Trump, you know, keep people in their homes afraid to go out and vote. Might have been. I'm not just saying, like, you would go into McDonald's, walk up to the front counter, yes sir, may I take your order? Yeah, like a number 2 with some fries. That's how it was ordered. Did you say you want some fries with that? Yeah, I'd like some fries. Okay, you can stand back there, we'll call your name. What's your name? Okay. I'm being facetious, I'm being stupid right now, I know, but that's pretty much how it was. Our government might have put a certain doctor up to it, and that doctor might not have known what he was doing, might not have known how he was being played. Might. They sent him over to China, you know, to their McDonald's. I like a number 2. I can't even talk like Fauci, though. Oops, I said his name. I'm such a moron. They sent him over. He ordered it. I need something that's going to win the election. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Yeah, we're going to have to spread it worldwide so it doesn't look like it initiated from a certain segment of the planet Earth. So we're going to spread it worldwide, and that way it'll help all the liberals out around the world, because everybody's cheating, might be cheating in elections, and it'll help them. It'll help them. I'm talking slow because it's like I have to stay one step ahead of the algorithms. It's like, and I hate talking like that. I should have flashcards, but now the algorithms probably can read words now. So basically, they banned me from YouTube because I was talking about that thing that you stick in your arm and you squeeze and it pushes a fluid into your muscles. You know what I'm talking about? Because I can't even use that word anymore either. You know, that little pump the air out, make sure, you know, just. And I basically was reciting what I heard in the news, what I've known all along, that it was a joke. And I mentioned that. I also mentioned that it might have been causing health conditions in people who put that into their arm. Might have caused a lot of health issues. So I mentioned that as well. And YouTube came back and says you are temporarily banned from uploading any content to YouTube for, I think it was 10 days, 7 days, whatever it was, because you're giving medical advice and you're giving fake news that does not correspond with authoritative sources, something to that effect. I think they use the word authoritative sources, like legitimate sources. So I guess the news media outlets are no longer authoritative sources when they're reporting medical conditions after people take that, people dying after they take that, people catching that plague after they take it and they were promised they'd never catch it again, people having to still wear their mask after they were promised that after they take that they would never have to wear their mask, they wouldn't transmit it either, they wouldn't get it or anything, and it all turned out to be a lie, and I just happened to mention it and I was banned. So it kind of pissed me off. It kind of took a little bit of wind out of my sails for a little bit, but I got over it. So if you take a look at some of my older content, I urge you guys to go back to early 2020, early 2020, before that thing that you put in your arm was even conceived of. You'll see my stance on that whole plague thing that went around. It was ordered, and when that old fart went over to China, he walked into their McDonald's said, what do you got that's gonna help us win an election? What do you got? What do you got on the menu? We got a number 4. It happens to be on sale today. Yeah, we'll even give you some extra fries with that. Comes with a large Chinese Coca-Cola. Yeah. So, okay, I'll take one of those, and can you have it ready? Can you have it ready by early 2020, late 2019? Yes, we will. That's how it was ordered. And that's what I said early when this plague first came about to our attention, early 2020. I got on YouTube and I made a ton of videos telling you I smell a rat, and I was right. It's funny, not that I'm doing this, but I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say most conspiracy theories that one segment of the population comes up with turns out to be true. It eventually turns out to be true. Has it not so far? Has it not so far? The conspiracy theory on January 6th that we said that no, something smells fishy. Is it not starting to turn out that the other segment of the population was lying? Is it not coming out? And they called us conspiracy theories. Oh, you're just you're a conspiracy theorist. If you don't believe our version, you're a white supremacist if you don't believe us. You're all kinds of names if you don't believe us. And it just turns out that, yeah, I know I'm rambling. There's so much on my mind right now, so much I want to get out in the time that I got to get to work, that I'm just jumping around. But we slowly seem to be always proven right. And one or two news organizations, they're called liars and white supremacists, and a year or two later seem to always, regardless of the subject matter, always seem to be right. They're always proven right. Eventually, the facts come out. Anyway, I gotta run. You folks take care. I'm gonna do some live streams. I definitely will try to come back. I'll be a little bit more mentally organized as well. So much going on in my life between the arm. It's difficult, even at 60% mobility. It's difficult to live sometimes. Even sometimes just to wash my own hair, I don't have the mobility to put this hand fully back behind my head to wash the back of my hair. I have to reach all the way around with this hand to my left ear just to wash properly. I mean, little you never think about it, but little things like that really are. You never think about it when you're healthy, but little things like that you kind of realize. So I'm getting healthy again. I've been working. I've been killing legs. I mean, I basically go in there in the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and I'm crushing legs. I'm just destroying my legs in a good way. A lot of cardio, shitload of cardio, and I'm crushing legs. Freaking squats, you name it, calves, leg curls, legs. Oh man, my legs right now feel like lead. They feel like I can put a knife, try to jab a knife. I'm obviously exaggerating to a bit, but they feel so hard right now. I can put a knife in there and the knife would break. I'm actually kind of pleased. In a way, it's a blessing, because I always felt that proportionately my legs were a little thin compared to my upper body. So in many ways, it's almost like a blessing. Anyway, I know I jumped subject on that. Take care, folks.